So we're here today with Kachi, and we've been doing the workshop for yesterday and today. So I was wondering, what's the least expected thing that happened at the workshop so far?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for asking about our workshop, the Coal Challenge. Yeah, the least expected thing. Yeah, I think my answer is going to be more about something that I was really impressed about, rather very surprising.
Okay, cool.
As you know, right, the workshop is also serving as a kickoff workshop of our project, Coal Stake. To explain this varying national coal decision, the project promises to integrate the approach from political economy. For instance, I'm a political economist, but also institutional sociology, and also sustainability transition study.
Very interdisciplinary.
Right? Exactly. And this also means that the experts who are presenting and discussing at the workshop, they are coming from various disciplines. And moreover, what's really great about this workshop is that we also have an expert from a think tank, an international organization, and also researchers who are heavily involved in energy industry. Yeah? And in this kind of situation, it normally takes quite a bit of time for us to get used to each other's languages and modes of communication, right?
Yeah.
However, at yesterday's session, everybody was so well clicking from the beginning. And this was really a humbling and also surprising experience for me.
How cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is about employment and why the focus on it when comparing the cases. Because, for example, in Germany, there's 250,000 workers in renewable energy, which is way more than coal. So why this focus on it?
Yeah. So the issue of employment is extremely important. But in my view, it is actually underrepresented in the current climate and energy debate. You know, as soon as a society or a country decides to phase out of fossil fuel, actively, right? The first concrete economic problem that we need to manage is actually this issue of employment within the fossil fuels industry. So, yeah, that's something that we believe needs to be managed and well governed. And this issue has to be meticulously planned hand in hand also with the debate of technology phase out itself.
Okay. So going back to what we were talking about yesterday at the workshop.
Yeah.
So how are you planning on speeding up a process, or not you particularly, but speeding up a process that seems to be so incredibly slowed down as phasing out coal?
Yeah, so I think we all know by now that coal phase out or fossil fuel phase out, or more generally, this kind of large-scale technology transition that needs to be managed actively, this is a very challenging problem. One of the reasons is it involves so many stakeholders that have different preferences, right? And what was great about yesterday's discussions was that we really laid out the challenges, particularly with a focus on narratives and discourse around coal, and this difficult stakeholder constellation. I think these two were really the key messages. But now I felt quite responsible, or I, as a member of the whole project, felt quite responsible to now figure out good empirical research that can actually identify a potential trigger to break this circle. So in what actor we can sort of start the change, or in which narrative and for what reason this current lock-in situation can be broken. I think this is really a challenge for the researchers.
Yeah, it's a great thing that came out of yesterday, right? Yeah. So my last question is, in recent news, we saw that Germany planned their phase out by 2038, if I'm correct. How do you plan to integrate that decision in your research?
Yeah, so it looks like we still need to see if this decision will be solidified and how this decision will be solidified in the future.
Okay.
However, regardless of the near future development around this decision, I think nobody can challenge now about the fact that a coal phase out in Germany is a political agenda, right? So this makes Germany even more interesting case for us to study.
All right.
Right. And in fact, at today's public event later on, we will host Professor Kai Niebert, who is a professor at the University of Zurich, but also serving as a member of the German Coal Commission. And perhaps we can hear a little bit more about it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for this, and I look forward to what happens today.